veal, which I thought you're not allowed to have that here, are you? It's kind of frowned upon, but it was there, so I thought, sod it, I'm going for a Noah's Ark achievement. I got to have veal. But then I noticed because they were an island, obviously, near a marina, they had so much seafood, it was ridiculous. I must have had about 30 different types of fish there. I had octopus, I had cuttlefish, which I told my daughter was alien.
Nice.
It looked like an alien, or I was eating these little tentacles off its face. It was really bizarre. But I had a tentacle off an octopus, loads of different mussels and whatever the long shellfish are called. Swordfish, salmon, tuna, all that sort of stuff. I learnt about a load of new fish.
You should have taken a picture of them fish, make up for the fact you couldn't have done it on the bloody submarine.
But I got a lot of, when I put them online, you'll see I did get a lot of pictures of fish. It was just for the first
but
10,
they were all what you were about to eat for your dinner.
For the first 10-15 minutes, it was just sea. There's all these blue pictures of sea. And the bottom of the sea and rocks. I think, again, it probably helped that once we got so far down, there were rocks, so I had a background so you could see what was there. But I was saying to my wife, I need to go into space now, and then I think I've done it all. Is there anything else I need to go to? I've been in the air.
You pansied out of going up the stump. You pansied out the volcano.
Yeah, but
anything that involves you walking up something, I think you should probably try next.
Yeah, but that's just walking up a hill or walking up some steps. I've walked up steps. I've been higher than the stump.
Not under your own steam.
I have, I'm sure I have. I've walked up things before higher than that. It was just the stairs, and that made me feel sick. It wasn't the height; it was the bloody dizzying, wandering around a spiral staircase that made me feel ill that time. But yeah, a mountain's probably one I need. I mean, we didn't chicken out going.
What about
up
a
the
desert?
volcano.
You done a desert?
Have I been in a desert? I don't know. I'll have to find out. Probably not.
You'd have to find out. If you'd
Dad.
been to a desert, you'd probably remember.
I'll ask my mum and dad. Probably not. A desert and space. That's all I need to do then.
Nice.
Yeah, Tunisia is near a desert. Anyway, I think my cousin went across a desert on a camel.
There you go.
Might have to go there next then. But that is bitching, and I think I failed the Noah's Ark achievement when they stopped mixing up the animals. Once I got goat and rabbit and things like that out of the way, they stopped really adding. But I think I got Noah's aquarium nailed.
Nice. Well, while you were away swanning around, having a good time, eating all the fish, you left me in a little bit of a pickle, didn't you, you son of a bitch?
And you were really, I think you've been really kind about this, because you didn't message me about it, you didn't moan at me about it, you didn't...
Oh, don't worry, I was saving it for the show.
It was like nothing really happened to alert me or worry me about it. I thought to myself, I'm on a hiding and nothing when I get on the show, but you didn't worry about it when I was on holiday. That's good. Go on, have you rant.
Well, let's start with the good news. This show is now available on iHeartRadio. So if you are in America, in a car, and have an internet-enabled radio you can listen to the show now.
It's not just that. It's available on consoles. It's available on PC.
In America.
It's available on phone. In America.
Okay.
But
so for our massive American fan base, they've had a good week. Everyone else who gets the show off iTunes, like a normal person, has had a really bad week because you pressing the submit button to get us on there cancelled our bloody iTunes feed, you moron.
Yeah, now explain that. We host a show on Spreaker, and Spreaker had a big hoo-ha competition deal thing on, where they basically said you can win our top package, our unlimited everything, hours, minutes, storage, blah blah blah.
You're just saying random words.
You can win
You can win hours, minutes, storage.
The top Spreaker package for free, forever, if you submit your podcast to iHeartRadio and they accept it. So I submitted all 4 of our shows, and it says on there our load of programmers that our army of programmers will listen to every feed submitted, and only the best ones will get through, and blah blah blah. And if that happens, we'll give you the unlimited Spreaker package for free for the rest of the time, and blah blah. And I thought that looks awesome. And that's all the information they gave me. If you submit it, they'll listen to it, and then they'll offer us the free package if we win it. So I thought competition. So I even put on the forum competition on Spreaker. I've submitted the shows. If they like us, they'll give us free stuff. So then, sure enough, they listened to Best Thing From. They liked us. They gave us a free Spreaker account. So we now have an unlimited Spreaker account, and we can do whatever the hell we want with.
Apart from put the damn show on iTunes for most of last week.
But we're a radio station on there now, aren't we? With a feed that goes on. We can now put a feed on iTunes. That's how people are going to be listening now. But the point is...
Thanks to me working flat out for 3 days fixing the damn problem.
But they never once mentioned to me when I... Because I think that's what I thought. Oh, I'll click this button, and they'll send an email going like, "Congratulations, Kevin, you have won this." I
did get that email yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, yesterday.
Right.
The iTunes feed went down last Thursday.
Jesus. So that's what I expected you to get an email, or for them to talk to us and just say, like, oh yeah, no, we have listened to your show, and we do like it actually. Would you like to be on there? Let's go and set something up. I thought there'd be a bit more of a two-way communication, but they just kind of went, yoink, we're having your feed. You're no longer on iTunes because we've just dicked it over, and we weren't the only ones that happened to, were we? You said
no. I think if we go into it in any great more depth, we're not going to be on iHeartRadio or Spreaker anymore either. But it was a total ball ache. Read the terms and conditions next time, or I'll push you down the stairs.
There weren't any.
Yeah.
Honest to God, there weren't any. I swear on my life.
Off the back of this, because I spent all weekend, well, not all weekend, I went to the football, but like a good hour or so on Saturday, and then some of Monday sorting out this problem. We now have a website and a Facebook group and a new feed. It's all changed while you've been away. KevinSteve.com is where you can now find us. Our shows are all on there. We have all sorts. We have a shop on there. It ain't working at the moment. I've broken that now.
Yeah, I saw that.
But on there, you can buy yourself a slanket for £30.
A slanket? What is that? One of those ones?
It's a blanket that you can wear, and it's got our logo on. You name it, we can stick a logo on it and overcharge you for it. And it's on our website, or it will be when I fix the link. We've got a mailing list. We've got a Facebook group. It's all gone off. Best thing for them is hit the stratosphere. And that's at kevinsteve.com. Go and have a look there now.
First time I've been on there on the computer. I went on my phone. It looked really snazzy.
Ignore the fact it's not got a header on there yet. I'm waiting for our graphic design department to get back to me.
It's got a black and white one you've made.
Well, it's, all I've done is written best thing from, and it's put it in there. That isn't even a header I've put in. That's part of the template I used.
Is this now our tagline? It's like two drunk blokes talking on the night bus. Is that because that's on there? That's actually on there like somebody said it. You need to put Tom Clancy on there or something like that. He talks about everything.
Yeah, it probably was Tom Clancy. I think that's a reasonable tagline. We've used it on iTunes since we first started.
Yeah, and they told us to change it. They said, if you want to be successful, write something a bbit more about what you do.
We have changed it now. It's new on there. But for on our website, we don't need to be successful. The rest of it's a pile of shit. We'll leave it at that.
I like when you, every episode you put quite a cool little thing on there. I read them, I chuckle. I don't listen to them because let's face it, I want got better things to do. But no, I like the little write-ups you do. So I'll have to go on iTunes and read what you put. But
or you can go to our website, kevinsteve.com. I can hear you typing away as if you're on the website now. Are you signing up for the mailing list? Is that what's happening?
I was tempted to, and then I thought, well, what sort of information will I get?
Nothing at the moment, because I'm the only person on it. I'm the person who writes the newsletter, and I'm the only person on the mailing list, because I haven't told anyone about it, and I don't even know what I'm going to use it for. But it was just a flash of inspiration. It just came to me, why don't I use a mailing list?
You are a knobhead. I've been saying to Kev for over a year, if we got a nice little mailing list together, then it could be a good way for us to, on our game site, we could tell people about gaming deals or anything we're doing or blah, blah, blah.
Well, this way we can tell people when molasses are on offer on Amazon.
Oh, this is one where we could probably just send people a daily digest of random... Not
people
daily,
don't want a daily email, bloody hell.
Weekly or monthly email of shit.
An annual summary of this is what happened this year, and it'll be in no more than 140 characters. Just check Twitter once a year, and it'll be equivalent to the mailing
like
list.
Your... that thing you set up on Flipboard or whatever it's called that gave people random nonsense news that they'd seen. Something like that on a mailing list once a week. I daily slipped out. I didn't mean daily. I don't want people to think, fucking hell, daily. But, no.
Do you like the pictures as well? Each episode has its own picture now. That's new. I spent time setting all that up. Have you had a look through them all? There's some wonderful...
saw the fast food rockers.
If you start from the bottom, start from episode 1, they're a bit weak and they're a bit clip-arty. Because I wasn't taking... Well, no, I was taking it seriously at the start. So the crisps one is just crisps. Banking is just coins.
Yeah, I can see the just
and
coins.
Then I started to lose my mind a little bit. Okay. Seaside, yeah, that's Hun Stanton. That is the Seaside. Keep going. Wrestling, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan off of the 80s as well, not current Hulk Hogan. Episode 6, football, is Ken Charlery, my favourite posh player from when I was a kid, wearing my favourite ever Peterborough shirt.
That's
the
an
famous
awful
pizza shirt. That shirt was that pattern all over, and the shorts and socks matched as well, and I had the entire kit. It was beautiful. Episode 7 is the crash pad where I stayed at Fort Park. That is the hotel that's made out of porta cabins that I spent a night in. 2 nights in.
It looks better than I expected it to.
And you can see the roller coasters in the background as well. Episode 8, Buble.
You could have got him in a sequin jacket.
No, I couldn't. I spent 20 minutes looking for Buble in a sequin jacket to the point where I actually had 2 pictures on Photoshop at the same time. I had Bublé's head and man in sequin jacket.
Brilliant.
I'm not very good at Photoshop though, so it didn't turn out very well.
That one, what confused me with the Bublier one was on Facebook. You were like, join our Facebook group, and every time you posted that, it was a picture of Bublier. And I just thought we're gonna get so many middle-aged women coming on.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Episode 9 couldn't find any funny pictures of sweets.
You could have got Bertie Bassett doing something humorous.
But he actually didn't make his podcast debut until a few episodes later. Bizarrely, I don't think we talked about him on a Sweets episode.
Really? When have we spoken about him?
We spoke about him during Dreams, obviously. Let's face it, within the space of 3 episodes, one's about Sweets, one's about Dreams. We speak about Bertie Bassett on the Dreams one, obviously.
It's like we're speaking about holidays on the whatever today's one's about.
Episode 10 was holidays. That's a picture of a boring beach. Episode 11, fast food. We've got the fast food rockers on there. I assume that's them and not a tribute act. That one on the left, though, the woman on the left, is she their mum?
It is a bit bizarre, isn't it? The other two look like little kids and she looks really old.
Yeah, it's quite disconcerting. And then, obviously, last week's episode, Dreams, we've got Harchester United celebrating with the Premier League trophy.
Did you see the link you were sent on Twitter?
I almost bought the Harchester United
£20
shirt.
Ain't too bad, is it?
Well, it was on eBay. I think it had gone up to 30 by the time I looked at it.
Bloody hell.
So
I have sat there all week on holiday thinking I've got all week to kill here. I'm just laying around. I could be penning season 1 here.
You could have been listening to this show, then you'd know what it was about. You'd remember when we mentioned Bertie Bassett then. I expected you to go through the whole back catalogue of both shows that we do.
I actually got to Lanzarote and put my phone in a safe and then only took it out for 30 minutes every day to check who Spurs had sold or signed. That's one thing I forgot to mention. One of the days we went to the beach and I was moaning about this in the car because you were saying about my suntan being non-existent. I said to my wife, I'm going to go in the sea. She went, I wanted to go in the sea, so I laid down for our sunbathe instead. I was laying there for 90 seconds before she came over and went, I've been in the sea, you can take our son now. You go in the sea if you want.
It's very formal the way you and your wife speak to each other. You can take our son into the sea now, Stephen.
So I ran into the sea with him and I was swimming around with my sunglasses on, and then after a while I thought he's getting a bit fed up with this, me kind of dropping him under the water every 5 minutes almost. So I sort of dumped him on the beach and went back into the sea, and I thought I'd take my sunglasses off, jumped into the sea, I'm swimming around. And I thought, there's this thing like a way out into the sea you can swim to and get on top of it, and you can just stand there waving to people on the shore and just chilling out. So I started to swim out there, and then thought, I don't know what area of sea whether there's sharks in this sea or not. I don't know if I want to swim out that far in case there are. So I started to swim back, and then I thought, I could just look underwater. So I stuck my head underwater, opened my eyes, and I thought, fuck, it's salt water, isn't it? So I swam back to sea thinking, it doesn't sting that badly. I'm all right. So then we go back, and I'm sat there in the hotel thinking, my eyes are stinging a little bit. They're going a bit pink. Got my phone. I said to my wife, I'm going to go sit in the bar and read about what Spurs have been up to, see who they've sold, see who they've bought. So I sat at the bar, and my eyes were getting sorer and sorer and sorer and redder. And I ordered a drink, and then I'm flicking through my phone, and I'm reading about Clint Dempsey had been sold to some American team. And suddenly, my eyes were hurting so much, they just started streaming. I'm getting these paper towels, and I'm wiping tears from my eyes with this salt. I looked at my phone mirror, like camera, and I had bright red eyes.
You really are a Clint Dempsey fan, aren't you?
And so I'm sat there eating, and I thought, anyone who comes past me now thinks I am bawling my eyes out because Clint Dempsey's gone. And my wife, I went back to her, and I was telling her about it, and I was saying to her, I'm not crying because Clint Dempsey's gone. Is that salt water? And I was in agony. I actually went blind for a little bit, very, very little bit. I couldn't open my eyes. When I did, I couldn't see anything. And I was thinking, oh my God, I hope this... I got a bottle of water that I drank most of it, and it was just on the side, and I actually stuck my eyeball to the hole and was just washing my eye. It hurt that much. That did help loads. That cured my blindness. So anyone who's listening who might be blind, try it out. It might help. But
Jesus Christ. What did you just say?
That was a bit stupid, wasn't it? But yeah, so... I was in agony, but the next day I woke up and was fine, so I'm guessing that... I mean, the water had helped quite a bit. I had a shower, I put some stuff on it, and by the next day I could see again, but I was blinded. It was horrible. And both my wife and my mum, when I was telling her, I was just like, well, what kind of moron opens his eyes underwater in salt water? And I thought, well, I hadn't thought it through when I'd done it. I haven't been in the sea for years. I just kind of... I wanted to buy a snorkel. I told my wife 100 times I wanted to buy a snorkel, and she wouldn't let me. So when I jumped in the sea with my eyes open, she learnt a lesson.
Perhaps if you hadn't gone on the submarine, she'd have let you have a few quid for a snorkel.
Well, she spent more money on random clothes in the market than I spent on a submarine.
You make it sound like you bought a submarine.
Well, yeah.
She bought a lot of clothes from that market. Shall we get on to some